A man is standing in front of a Royal Canadian Air Force Sea King helicopter and steps forward towards the camera. As the interview starts, he is sitting in front of a Royal Canadian Air Force Canadair CF-116 airplane, facing the camera.
My name is Stephen Paul Deschamps. My title is Lieutenant Colonel Retired Stephen Paul Deschamps, and I'm the Honorary Colonel for 443 Squadron in Victoria, British Columbia. I was released from the Canadian Forces in July of 1982. I got a job at Algonquin College, and I told everybody that I left the armed forces because I got a better paying job. It was a lie, but you had to do that to survive. By the time 1992 came around, 10 years later, I was older, and enough had settled in my psyche, if that's even true, to say that I wanted to do something about what had happened to me 10 years earlier. But what was suggested to me is that if I join up again and I'm refused because I'm gay, this would now be a charter case under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. The paperwork starts up to enroll in the Canadian Forces. I mean, it took almost a year and a half before finally my commanding officer called me up. What was communicated to me was that I would report to a recruiting center in Vancouver and I would be interviewed. And in that interview, they would ask me if I was gay. And I was coached to lie. And I remember saying, in 1982, I refused to lie and they threw me out. Now they'd have me lie to get back in. Don't ask me the questions. I won't offer them. It's no one's business. But if you ask the questions, I'm telling you, I'm gay. A young, courageous woman named Michelle Douglas was released because she was accused of being a lesbian. Started a court action around the rough time as I started my re-enrollment process. She was successful in her cause in the federal court in 1992. The Canadian Forces would cease and desist all activity that was prejudicial to members of the Canadian Forces who were gay. And I got a call saying, don't have to come into the recruiting center, you're re-enrolled. I became a relatively senior officer. And when I was a colonel and a commanding officer, there were young gay people who would come and work for me because it was a safe environment for them to be in.
The logo for the Canada Aviation and Space Museum appears on a white background, followed by the website address, ingeniumcanada.org. The title, developed with the generous support of the National Aviation Museum Society, appears followed by the Government of Canada wordmark.